Now, I am pleased to introduce our speaker, Mr. Steve Gross. Steve is the founder and chief playmaker of the Life is Good Kids Foundation. He has his master's in social work and has dedicated his career and life to helping children overcome poverty, violence, and illness in this country and across the globe. From the Playmakers website, they say, according to a landmark study in the American Journal of Preventive Medicine, the most threatening health crisis facing children in America is exposure to adverse conditions, childhood experiences. Steve is dedicated to bringing a joyful solution to this epidemic. He brings his infectious joy of life to everything he does, and his impact is nothing short of remarkable. Please welcome Mr. Steve Gross.
Congratulations, y'all. Y'all hear me okay? All right, I want to keep it real, okay, because we got to keep it 100. I'm nervous, okay? I never in my life have given a commencement, and so I was a little scared. I wasn't sleeping last night, and I thought maybe it would help me to Google other commencement addresses in 2014. I thought that might chill me out a little bit. So I did, and it made things a little bit worse, because you start to think of yourself and how you stack up, and I was looking like, UCal got Obama. And I'm not talking Michelle, I mean Barack Obama. And UPenn, they got John Legend. All of him, the whole thing. And I started to think wow, Bay State, y'all get me. And what am I gonna be able to bring to the table, because you work so hard and you do so much, and I need to bring something, some wisdom to share with you all, and if I don't, I strike out. And I realized I got nothing. I really got nothing. I kept rack, I don't have anything to share that meets this occasion. So I figured I would use this opportunity to share some wisdom that was given to me from a 4-year-old boy. And it's a 4-year-old boy in Port-au-Prince, Haiti. And in my position at Life is Good as the chief playmaker, I get to meet a lot of children. And I realize that they have superpowers. They have powers that sometimes we miss, and when we think about how to live right, the lessons, they can teach us. So I want to share with you a little story. I went to Port-au-Prince to visit a school after the earthquake. And I was looking in, and I was watching this classroom. There was probably about 60 or 70 children, one teacher, under a makeshift tent. And I saw this one little boy, I was just gravitated to him because he was so joyful. He was playing with everyone, doing everything. I mean, he just lit up the space. And I was told to kind of stay out of the way, but I have a hard time staying out of the way, especially when I'm around kids. So I got down. Let me just see if I can take this mic out without. Okay, yeah, this is much better. All right. So, I kind of got down, and I started, giving some fist bumps. Let's reenact one. You got one for me? Thank you, thank you. All right. And I'm getting fist bumps, and the kids are giving me fist bumps, and I'm fired up. And they're all rushing over and crowding over, saying blanc, blanc. And I was like, wow, man, they gave me my own little beautiful nickname. And then I later found out it just meant white. And they were all fist bumping me, and the teacher started to realize okay, this is getting a little hectic. You got 70 kids crowded around this one guy. So she said very sternly, everyone, put your bodies in your chair. And everyone listened. And my man sat down. He didn't get to give me the fist bump, but he was looking at me. And he was sitting because he knew he's got to follow that rule. But man, he wanted to give me that fist bump. And all of a sudden, I saw him smile a little bit. And he went. And he hopped over And he gave me the fist bump. And I thought, wow, this kid has got it. I wasn't worried about him anymore because he had it. And it is something we don't always value. So I just want to briefly highlight a little bit about what it is, and I hope that you keep that it with you, because when all is said and done, it's all that really matters. So the first thing was the joy. This kid had joy. He lit up the room. So when you go out and do your next big thing, you got to decide, do you want to light up the room when you walk in? Or do you want to light up the room when you walk out? All right? That's the first thing. When you got that joy, man, that's half the battle. The next thing he had was he had the love. He had the unquenchable desire to connect, to reach out, to touch, to build a trusting relationship with someone he had never met. But at least I represented the promise of a trusting connection. Because when all's said and done, the quality of everyone's life is in direct proportion to the quality of our relationships. That's what it's all about, relationships. The third thing I thought about was, wow, this kid was creative. I mean, how do you stay in your seat and get what you want and know just how to bend the rules to let nobody stop you from doing what you deem is important, especially when that important thing is making a connection, because our connections are what gives us strength and power. And the last thing this kid had was swag. He had confidence and courage, because it's one thing to think about it, like, yeah, I could just hop my seat over here, but to actually do it. He believed in himself. He was courageous. He stood out against the norms. And I thought, wow, that confidence and courage, that takes you a long way. That's part of it. You know, I look out at you all as students. It's a beautiful group, if I may say. And y'all are not one in a million. We're not one in a million. We're much greater than that. If you were one in a million, there'd be 8 people just like you in New York City alone. You are one in. Nobody like you. Nobody who will ever be exactly like you again. And so we know we got flaws, but we are a work of art, and we are a work in progress, and we are unique, and we need to stand up proud and courageous. So I thought about that beautiful combination of joy, love, creativity, and courage and confidence. That's all you need. I know you're getting a lot of pressure sometimes. Maybe people say, what are you going to be? What are you going to be? What are you going to be? I don't want you to worry at all about what you're going to be. I'd rather you think about how you're going to be. Because whatever you choose to be a joyful one. Be a loving one. Be a courageous one, and be a passionate one, because that's all that matters. I wish you all the blessings. Congratulations on this day. God bless y'all.